What's up, Dub Nation? Hello, YouTubers. Poor Man's Commish here with your Let's Go Warriors trip to, first of all, this was Brooklyn and New York. Officially, New York first because the Warriors had practice there. And we do have footage of that on the channel. Maybe I'll put a link or two in the description and the comments for you. This is Newark Airport. Oh, and by the way, I did one like this on Charlotte, so check that one out. And this is actually coming late to you, so I really apologize for that. But you know, going on East Coast road trips is really exhausting, and going up in the air, 10,000 feet or whatever it is really taxing on the body. So all the exhaustion that the Warriors went through, and the back-to-back, and guys having the day off and things like that, and then not having practice the next day, all of that I can totally relate to, just because traveling is tough. But it is one thing that makes professional sports really fun, actually, is the ability to go on the road and experience that. So anyways, Newark Airport, you take this train through New Jersey and on into Manhattan, and we will see that in a minute. I was able to film New Jersey here, and also got a little bit of the Prudential Center, which is the former home of the New Jersey Nets. So I thought it was a good idea to include the footage of that here, as we ended up in Brooklyn for that humongous game against the Nets, where really Steph Curry made a very, very strong case for MVP of this season. So here, just looking at New Jersey still, and there's the bridge that you would take if you were to drive from New Jersey to Manhattan. And all along the way, it's a $15.25 ticket for one way from Newark Airport to Penn Station in New York City, where you can kind of see the skyline from here. That I believe is a shot of World Trade Center, sorry. And if I'm wrong, I apologize for that. But just kind of really nice to see some buildings from that far away. And yeah, back to Newark Airport, I think that I probably like it better than LaGuardia and JFK. And I'll get into that later on. But then you take Penn Station, and surprisingly, I'd forgotten, it drops you right next to Madison Square Garden. So when the Warriors go back to face the Knicks on, I think it's December 14th, it'll be pretty easy to get to if I fly into Newark again. Now, that's mainly United Airlines, but then there's also like JetBlue flies there. So if you go to New York on JetBlue, you'll probably end up at JFK, and so that's a totally different experience. And I can tell you that flying into Newark Airport is not that bad at all, taking the train. Just, you got to kind of remember that your airfare is your airfare, but then add in the extra $15.25 for the one-way ticket to get from Newark to New York City. So I decided to walk over to Penn Station, and that was the new Penn Station, and it's definitely not the same as the old wooden Penn Station with all the pews and stuff, and the look that you get from The Untouchables, which is an old-time movie that features the old Penn Station. And there was the Empire State Building. This is a new place that I found now. It's called Office Hours, and really nice restrooms in there. You know how difficult it is to find a public restroom in New York City. Well, I stumbled upon this, and then you kind of go upstairs to this place that you're looking at, which is the office building attached to this place, which is called Office Hours, which is a brand new, like that day they opened. It just so happened, brand new little, I guess, store, deli, whatever you want to call it, very modern and everything. So go there, and then they tell you if you want to use the restroom, you can go back upstairs to that other place that I showed you. So Empire State Building again. I decided to walk over to the NBA store, and it was a cool experience. It was, I love the subway, but walking from Madison Square Garden to 6th Street NBA store, which I won't include any footage of here, that was fun. That was fun to do, 20-minute walk. And NBA store had a lot of different things, but you're buying everything at full price at the NBA store, and so just beware. So now I managed to find the Warriors team hotel, Langham Hotel, and the way that I found it was there was this team bus to your right there, and it literally said team bus on a 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. And then I looked at the luggage underneath, and there were Warriors logos. So it was definitely the Warriors hotel. So FYI, I found it on my own. I didn't get any secret information, not divulging confidential information or anything. I just found it on my own, and I'm sharing that with you. And one of the favorite things I like to do is, of course, take the subway, but then when you come out of the subway, wherever you end up, I think this is Brooklyn, near where I stayed, in a pretty okay hotel. It's just really fun. And then Barclays Center, here it is. Look at how interesting the structure is, and we'll get a look inside pretty soon. But yeah, very easily accessible. The tickets are much cheaper than at Madison Square Garden. I think the sight lines are a little bit better, as you can see if my finger will get out of the way there. But check out the retro feel with the old Nets logo. I love that. And that night they had a local violinist performing the national anthem and at halftime. And Chase Center once did have a violinist come in as well, also a blonde one, by the way. Just coincidental how the two that have done these performances at NBA arenas, there's the one who's from Brooklyn, and this is her, and then there's another one that has performed at Chase and Dallas, but is based in Toronto. And there's two of them in the NBA. So that's interesting. So this is from Press Row upstairs. Not too bad, like better than Madison Square Garden. So I really like covering the Brooklyn Nets. And if you saw the videos courtside on the channel and saw KD working out, you will see firsthand why that's so exciting. So this is after the game right here, Atlantic Avenue, and just walking across to the DN, I think it's the D line. Sorry, not too well versed with the subway there, but they already got some Christmas colors going on and everything. And then I went back to meet with Rebecca, who has been on many of our live commentary live streams, and just getting a sense for the city again. Once you pop out of the subway, you get to look around and check out the sights, and I just love New York. So I hope that gave you a sense of what it was like there. So thank you for joining us this time, and I'll have Cleveland up here very soon.